how do I learn more about Judaism? Maybe you are a potential convert watching this channel. Or maybe you are a born Jew but never had a good Jewish education or very good Jewish upbringing, and you want to reconnect to Judaism. In this video, we are going to go through 12 steps of how you can learn more about Judaism without necessarily joining the community, a shul or a rabbi. Many people in the beginning feel uncomfortable, as I did, to immediately join a shul or connect with a rabbi in a community with you knowing that you know nothing. So let's start off our list. So the first category that we are going to look at is books. There is literally thousands and thousands of books published in Judaism by great rabbis on all sorts of subjects. But for someone new to Judaism, want to learn more about Judaism, you want to know which is the most important books to get. Now, we don't all have the money to buy all the books we want. So I tried to keep this list as small as possible to be economically in these tough economical times. So, with that being said, let's continue with our list. So number 1 on the list is To Be a Jew by Rabbi Haim Halevi Donin. This is one of the first books that I got, and it's also a prerequisite for the conversion program to read the book in its entirety. And this book gives you a very good general oversight of Judaism, and it is a very easy read. I personally don't love reading, but that was very easy to read. Number 2. Shaarei Halacha by Rabbi Ze'ev Greenwald. This book is also a prerequisite for all converts. This book goes into a bit more detail about Halacha, basic Jewish law. It covers almost everything. Obviously not in deep detail, but more than enough for you to get started. Number 3. As I said in my previous video, I would highly recommend the Artscroll Siddur. This is the prayer book of all Jews. It covers all aspects of Judaism, the morning prayer, Shaarei, Mincha, Mariv, Shabbat, some festivals. It's even got Pirkei Avot in there. So it's definitely an essential book to have. Number 4, and the last in the category of books, but certainly not the least, the Artscroll Chumash with commentary by Rashi. This is the entire Torah with its commentary, both in Hebrew and in English, so it will be easy enough for you to read through it. I found personally, as someone that grew up Christian, that knew the Torah pretty well, but never read the commentary, I loved the commentary. It gives you such great insight of things in the background, and I would highly recommend it. Moving on to the next category. We live in a world full of technology. Most of us, Baruch Hashem, have smartphones. And on smartphones, you can get apps. So the next few items on the list will cover apps that I use daily. Number 5 on our list, the mobile app Torah Anytime. Torah Anytime is an application that has lectures from hundreds of rabbis on it. You can watch videos, you can just listen to the audio, you can download it. So what I basically do on Torah Anytime is I download the shiur, the audio, and then I listen to it in my car when I drive to work or back. On Torah Anytime, I basically listen to shiurs more on Halacha, to like about Shabbat, Kashrut, and there's so many topics that's covered in Torah Anytime or these mobile apps. But this is an app, the first one that I would highly recommend. Number 6. Number 6 could be slightly controversial. It's a mobile app called Divine Information, and it is from Rabbi Joseph Mizrachi. Now, I've been following Rabbi Mizrachi for many years, mostly on YouTube. He has launched the app, I think it's quite a few years ago. I had the first few versions, we're now on a more final version. And there as well you can watch videos, audios, you can download it when you're on Wi-Fi. I listen to this also when I'm in the car, driving back and forth from work. He is probably one of my favorite rabbis to listen to. Now, I'll tell you now and I'll tell you straight, not everyone loves Rabbi Mizrachi. Number 7, the Artscroll Siddur app. Now, I can't remember exactly, but I think you have to pay for that app. I'm not sure how much. I don't think it was much because I never pay too much. But this app is vital in my opinion. This app is like having this book, the Artscroll Siddur, in your little phone that I'm now recording on, can't show you, on your little phone anytime you like. So maybe after you've eaten bread and you need to say Birkat Hamazon, take the app, Birkat Hamazon, and you can bench. Now, little things like that, which I find very useful. I mean, sometimes I'm at work, I know I won't make it for Mincha in our shul because it's about 30-40 minutes drive. I know as I'm already late, I'm not going to make it. Then I can daven Mincha on my phone. Definitely get that app. The next category is YouTube. Hello YouTube. I mean, YouTube has so much information on these days. You can learn so many things just by watching videos. And when I started my journey, like I said in the previous app section, is I basically listened to shiurim online, on video, from various rabbis. Now there is a lot of rabbis out there that's giving shiurim. I think it's best to find the rabbi that you like or you have a similar viewpoint, or that speaks to you, that you feel this rabbi speaks to me and that you feel you can trust. It's best to go with those rabbis. Now I'm going to give you my list, but you can obviously create your own list. It's just something I want to mention is that not all rabbis are the same. And myself, I'm a cautious person. So I don't just listen to any rabbi, because I'm always afraid that you might get a viewpoint that is not halachically true or valid. There's many rabbis out there, Orthodox, that says things that is not exactly in line with orthodoxy. Controversial. Some of them may be off the derech, but who am I to judge? But what I'm trying to say is, just be careful, you listen to. What I do is when I first started to find these two rabbis, is when they say something, I check it. It's to see are they kosher. And I found these rabbis on my list to be kosher, Baruch Hashem. Number 8. We're going to start off this list with someone that's not a rabbi at all. In fact, he's a convert. Myself. Subscribe to my channel. I will be making videos like this. It will get a little bit more educational about the tefillin, tzitzit, kosher, Shabbat, various things. And I'll try to keep you informed. Obviously, I'm not a rabbi. and it's always better to listen to a rabbi. Number 9, Rabbi Joseph Mizrachi. Now, as I told you already, I started my journey with Rabbi Mizrachi. Obviously, he's one of my favorite rabbis. I like the way he talks, I like the way he presents things. He always quotes everything he says from the Torah, or the Talmud, or the Shulchan Aruch, and he always has a source for what he says. Like I told you, I check up on the rabbis that I follow, what he says, and I've always found it to be accurate. I definitely trust this rabbi. Now, with that being said, I must caution you that Rabbi Mizrachi is controversial, and he does sometimes say things that is controversial. He's not politically correct at all. So if you are someone that is extremely sensitive, I don't think Rabbi Mizrachi is for you. I like someone that talks the truth, that's straight, and that's honest, and that's going to tell me how it is. I don't want a sugar-coated Torah or Talmud or Shulchan Aruch. Number 10, Rabbi Alon Anava. Now, Rabbi Alon Anava has a very interesting story. He was completely secular Israeli. He had a near-death experience when he almost overdosed with drugs. And then he became a Baal Teshuvah, Baruch Hashem. He is very into Kabbalah. So he gives you a different feel to Judaism than maybe a rabbi like Rabbi Mizrachi. Both these rabbis that I told you about is very into Kiruv, and I'm also very into Kiruv. So that's probably why I also follow them. Now, Rabbi Alon Anava has a much more moderate approach to Kiruv, and is not as direct as Mizrachi. So I think most people that probably listen to this channel will definitely not mind Rabbi Alon Anava. And I would highly recommend the video where he talks about his near-death experience. Number 11, Kiruv Media. Now this is probably more for all the converts watching this channel. Kiruv Media even subscribe to my channel. So, you can watch a lot of videos about converts on Kiruv Media. I personally have watched quite a few, and I quite like convert stories. I remember a while ago, this is now a few years ago, I watched a story about a convert that went through an extremely long process to convert. He eventually, Baruch Hashem, he did convert, and he became a rabbi. I would definitely recommend this channel whenever you're feeling, things are not going well for you, or you're struggling with maybe the rabbis, the Beit Din. There's a lot of videos there that will show you, just keep on going. Number 12. This is a category on its own. And it's last, but certainly not least. Find yourself a rabbi. This is even said in Pirkei Avot. It's very important that you get yourself at the end, once you've learned about Judaism, you've read the books, you've listened to Shaarei, you've watched YouTube channels. It's very important to find a rabbi to balance out all this information. It's also very important to find a shul where you can daven in. You can see how people actually practice Judaism. And to find a community where you feel at home. I'm going to use my situation as example. I live in Sea Point, Cape Town, which is like the Orthodox Jewish community. Stay very close to my shul. But before I picked my shul, I went to all the shuls to see which shul, just sitting in the shul, which one I feel most at home. My community, I'm at Beit Midrash Marasha, is very welcoming, warm, open, everyone's interested. Why did you convert? There's a lot of people that is Baruch Hashem frum. And it's just a great community and a great vibe, something that I enjoy. Now there might be sitting someone in Sea Point that obviously goes to different shul, that again connects with that shul. The other thing is the rabbi. So, my rabbi is modern Orthodox, and me and him have vastly different views on many things. But what I like about my rabbi is that he is a kosher rabbi. He knows all the laws, all Halacha. He was 7 years in a yeshiva. And whenever you ask him a question, he will give you an answer. Some of it is his views, but he never misrepresents or misinterprets anything. I hope you have enjoyed this video, and if you did enjoy it, please subscribe to my channel and continue on your journey to learn more about Judaism or to reconnect. I hope that everything that you do will go well for you, that you will continue to be blessed in everything that you do. Shabbat Shalom.